So the other night I was up at 12 a.m. going on 1 o'clock. I was up scrolling because I couldn't sleep. Like, I just couldn't sleep. As I was scrolling, I noticed a brand named Shapealex. I think Shapealex, that has been trending on my timeline on social media for a minute. And every time I would get on, I would see Shapealex, shapewear, and no other brand. And I would ignore it, keep scrolling. Then the next day, I would scroll again, and it would still be there. But this one particular night, I was just scrolling, and I was just looking at the videos, like, let me see what this about. And it's about transforming a woman's body. Like, it looked like a BBL without the surgery, or a tummy tuck. It's a shapewear that literally tucks away fat or saggy skin, or just to make sure your figure look right, like in a dress. So I sat there and I was like, okay, let me see these videos. And as I was looking at the videos, this shapewear gets women snatched as if they had lipo or a tummy tuck. It looked just that good. And I was thinking to myself, it's a literal shape shifting. It has literal shape shifting power. That's what Shapealex really is. And if you think about it, if you look at the name Shape LLX, I was like, why does it have an X on the end? Like, what does that mean? So I stopped for a moment and I just kept staring. And that's when the Lord began to speak to me. And I'm like, okay. So as I kept looking at the logo, I thought to myself, why do I keep staring at this logo? Like, I don't understand why I'm staring at this logo. Like, it's just a logo. But I kept staring, and I scrolled on, and I went back and I stared, and I said, something is off. Okay, I see a S. I see a woman's buttocks. Then I noticed, I looked at the S again, and at first my eyes didn't see it. It was like there, just like you cannot miss it. So I said, wait a minute, that's a S with a serpent's head attached to it. And the longer and the more I stared, I decoded the symbolism. It was the deceit of a woman's figure to make her butt look bigger, like, and more plump. And that's what it is a butt attached to a S. And it's deceiving. And it's literal deception and shape-shifting witchcraft. Then I stopped and I said to myself, wait a minute. This is a brand built on deceit and seduction. I instantly became annoyed and grieved as the image became very clear to me. The longer I looked, the more the Holy Spirit was unfolding to me the letters and the meaning. So here I am. I'm looking at this word. I'm looking at the logo. I'm like, why is it a woman's buttocks? But then the S is curved into a snake with the serpent's head at the end of the S. And I'm like, why am I up at 12 o'clock caring about Shapealex? Like, why do I keep staring at this? I can scroll on and look at something else. So I decided to just be a detective because I wasn't able to fall asleep. And I was looking at the word and I said, okay, shape, ELLX, Shapealex. And I felt something in my spirit. I'm like, why do I keep seeing spell? But it clearly says Shapealex. So I'm just looking and I'm like, okay, I feel the Holy Spirit. And he's telling me this brand is based off of lust, perversion, and spirit summoning. So I went and did my research on Google. And Google wasn't giving me what I needed. And then I went to ChatGPT. And as I went to ChatGPT, I looked up the word and I broke it down. And to remind you, I kept looking at the word and all I was seeing was spells. And I was hearing seduction and I was seeing an apple. I'm like, why am I seeing all of this in just a logo? Like, it's a logo, I don't care. But I was like drawn into it. Like the Lord was telling me to pay attention. I'm showing you something. And me sitting here, I'm like, okay, it's a logo for a brand. But I'm like, something is really off. the wording, the logo. And then that's when I started seeing what I was seeing. And the more I seen it and my eyes locked on it, the more the Holy Spirit was telling me this is literal witchcraft and shape shifting wear. And it literally is a company based on shapewear. So I'm like, this word has APPLE in it, but in a very synonymous way. Like, I see that it's spelled different, but it means the same thing. And I said to myself, this wouldn't catch the average eye. It's something else in it. So I took note of the X at the end. And then I asked ChatGPT again. And I said, let me be sure. Because I know they be saying Xmas, and then they take away the C's and puts X. And then I'm like, X, shape of X. So when I thought about it, I said lust, deceit, deception. And then they put an X at the end. And when I went to ChatGPT, I seen that the X is very symbolic in Freemasonry or in magic and in secret societies. And the X can mark sacrifices, death, or secret rituals in witchcraft. X can be, this is what ChatGPT said. X can mark sacrifices, death, or secret rituals. In witchcraft, X can be a symbol for hexing or cursing. So when I read that, I stopped. And I said, hold on. So these women can literally sit here, and no offense to anybody who's shaped like this because I'm working out myself. These women can literally sit here and look like a sack potato, a potato sack, like a laundry bag. But when they put this shapewear on, they look snatched as if they just had lipo or BBL. That's what this shapewear does. So I said, okay, it can be a symbol for hexing or cursing. Then I read again, the X in shapeless is a literal hex or curse, thus making you in the spirit as a sex symbol. And we know that once the spirit of lust is upon you, because this is what this shapewear does, it literally makes you look like you have something that you don't. It is very deceiving to the eye, and it's undetectable. Like, you would not know that a woman has on shapewear unless she tells you. Like, it's so seamless and so smooth. And the thing is, you would think that somebody have a nice coat body figure, or they've been working out, they have a nice butt, but in all reality, you're being deceived by the shapewear, Shapealex. And we know that once the spirit of lust is upon you, you can't control it. Like, that would catch a man's eye in a minute. One who's untrained and does not have self-control. And the thing is, when lust come upon you, it'll sneak up on you to where it gets very dangerous and make you fall into sexual immorality, such as fornication, masturbation, and even homosexuality. And the Holy Spirit told me right then and there that I have to do a video and warn people. And I'm a few days late, but if you do your research on Shapealex, you will see exactly what I mean. Just pay attention to the logo.